Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card, voted Best Bank Credit Union and Best Debit Card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Cats home, final two home games of the season against USC and UCLA. Before we get to that, Coach, congratulations. Outstanding weekend sweep of the Washington schools. And not only that, doing it shorthanded. Everyone had to have a role in the weekend, but I wanted to ask you about Parker Jackson Cartwright and Chance Comanche, two guys that had increased roles and their value to the two wins.
No, you're right, Brian. Very, very proud of our group. Maybe the highlight of our season to this point, only because, you fly all the way up to the Pacific Northwest, always a difficult trip just because of the logistics of it. You're playing two teams that, on their end, it's, what better way of ending the Pac-12 regular season than having an opportunity to knock us off, in particular where we were ranked when we showed up. And then to have two starters out and find a way is, I think, something very, very gratifying, and I think a continuing good sign of things to come. Parker got his start. He hasn't started since pre-ankle injury. And, you look back at the ankle injury, that was a significant injury that he sustained. And it really took him about 8 weeks. And I look at him now, whether it be in practice or in a game, and he's kind of become who he once was. And now when you watch him shoot the basketball from three, he's also returned to form. The guy that we watched a year ago lead the Pac-12 in percentage, it's found a way to come back around and even out. And the way he shot the ball, in particular against Washington State and Washington, is a big reason that we won both of those games. Really the same for Chance. Chance has increased his role from the beginning of the year. As much as it's about him continuing to improve as a player, I also think he's maturing off the court. He is a better practice player. He's more responsible. I think he understands the game and his role much better now than maybe he once did. And, he has plenty of ability, which we've always known. And quietly, he's also continuing to get stronger. As he gets stronger, his explosiveness really starts to show up. So, the best is yet to come for Chance, but he did a great job in the two games as well. And those two guys, coupled with, I think, Lowry's outstanding play, is a big, big reason why we were able to get 2 wins.
Can we trace some of the success this past weekend back to the fact that you've been shorthanded before this season, that everyone has had at one point or another had to step up and play an increased role or play in different positions? Did that contribute to the 2 wins?
Yeah, I believe so. Confidence is a big part of this game, and to a player, and I think our coaching staff and really our group in general, when you've been able to find a way shorthanded and you've had success, and a lot of that success has been away from McHale, you call on those experiences where individual players showed up big, and an emphasis on not fouling, taking care of the basketball, which we did a great job in both games. And maybe from a tempo perspective, not pushing it quite as fast because, down the home stretch of the game, you want to be in a position to win. So we played to win, and we did a really, really good job. Like I said, on the outside looking in, it probably was, well, that's what's supposed to happen. But if you were there and you watched us go through it and you watch us lose Kadeem and then Doosan, it wasn't an easy feeling, and there was a lot that went into us being successful.
When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier, offering tools to organize your finances and keep your payments up to date and you on track for your future. You also want a financial institution you can trust and cares about the things you do. For 60 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community, investing in the causes that make our area a better place to live. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your Wildcat spirit with a U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
LA schools come to town this week. You swept them on the road earlier. Let's start with USC. This is a different USC team than you saw the first time, in particular because Benny Boatwright is back. How much of a difference does he make to the Trojans?
Well, their front line, Chimezie Metu and Benny Boatwright, are as talented as maybe any in our conference. And I think those two guys, as two sophomores, young players, are two of the most talented players in our game. They are different. but they complement each other extremely well. Chimezi Metu is as explosive of an athlete who's become a better basketball player as we face, and he hurt us in the last game. He hurts every team that he plays. And Benny Boatwright is a lot like Lowry in that he can shoot the three-point shot. He's 6'9", but he can put the basketball on the court. He's hard to guard. He can change the game if you lose him in transition. So having Benny Boatwright back, it makes USC a deeper team, a much more explosive team, and I believe that their front line takes on a whole new meaning with the combination of those two guys in the game together.
Just reflecting back on the win against UCLA, do you categorize that as your team's best game so far this season?
I think it was our most complete game. You know, we did it on offense, we did it on defense. We really did it through personnel, whether you started or came off the bench. It just seemed like everybody had a great day, and you know that's what was required on that particular afternoon, because UCLA is an outstanding team. I think one of our nation's best. I think maybe the best overall offensive team in the country, not just in the Pac-12. They have a great blend of veteran talent and incredible newcomers. You know, Lonzo Ball, you know, we just dealt with Markelle Fultz. You think about him, and then now you move to Lonzo Ball this week. Those are two outstanding players. I think that both will play in the NBA at the point guard position for an awfully long time. So we're going to have our hands full with both games this week. We're calling on the McHale Center and our home court, and our team has to really play its best basketball. But that's really what you work for. You know, March Madness near the end of February, playing in meaningful games and seeing how good we are. Can we play our best? And that's the challenge this week.
Cats and Trojans Thursday night, Bruins in town on Saturday. We'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.